All right, rise and shine. We're finally here. It's Small World Card Time with Dan, the great curator. It is the Between Two Slabs. Almost forgot what it was. But here we are, though. Dan, have you still finally recovered from the national convention?
I've recovered. I've recovered. I feel like I'm on vacation right now, to be honest, because I didn't go to a card show last week. I had the opportunity to go to the Westminster show, and I just didn't feel like it. I just you know what? I don't need to. For the first time in a long time, I told myself, I don't need to go.
No, Dan, it isn't a vacation. It's a 12-step program, dude.
Yeah. So I feel good. I feel very content. I was actually sold more cards online last week than I did.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah, than I normally do. Some big sales, so that's probably contributed to why I was happy. And I didn't feel like the need to go hustle at the card show, but I feel good.
Me too, man. I've actually been doing pretty well online myself.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe that's like a national thing. Like people got a little bit FOMO, so they're buying more online. Maybe, but it was cool. I got to move some cards that I was excited to move, including finally moving my Kobe logo man.
Oh, you sold that online? Finally?
Yes. Oh, sending this to a good home.
Oh, guess what? I sold 2 online, Dan, so I don't have to deal with that anymore at shows. The Britney Spears card.
Oh, the out of 5.
Yes, I sold it online. Yes.
Nice. Did you get what you wanted for it? Or
yes, I did.
I bet you it was that. I bet you it was that dude. It was that kid who.
No, it wasn't. It was someone totally else. And they didn't even make a best offer. They bought it like at what I posted it for.
Nice.
Not even best offer. So I'm very happy.
Isn't that funny how that works out sometimes?
Yeah, I don't have to do any trades with it, man. Thank God.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm now that we're off, I'm dealing with my neck issues. I just told you I had a procedure today, so I've got a few procedures. So I'm gonna get that taken care of while we're off during this time. So and hopefully get some vacations in and just rest, relax, with the dog and the girlfriend, and just stay at home a little while. Just need some R&R, man.
Now, are you going on your vacation before Dallas or after?
After, because the high season in the Caribbean's in October. I don't want to. That's the last thing I need to do is get down in the Caribbean and damn hurricane hits.
You're right.
So we need to go. So it's going to be in October.
Okay, I got my vacation coming up in a couple weeks. I'm super excited about that.
When is it?
It's in 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I got a lot of things to show off today.
Okay.
Totally nerding out about this. So we'll get to that though. We'll get to that. That's going to be a whole segment in itself. So we will get to those things soon, guys. But I want to just kind of talk about what's on our minds lately. I know you told me you had a couple things you want to talk about in our pre-show. So why don't you go ahead and go first?
I did? Oh my God. What? I just blanked out. What I have to talk about?
What Donald told you.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Donald, let's see, the show locator, he had told me, and I've seen this, posted on YouTube this week, that Fanatics Topps is cutting out the GTS distribution by the end of this year, and they are probably the biggest card distributors in the USA. So I guess Fanatics is just going to distribute them themselves. Is that the case?
I don't know too much about this, but I did read something like they wanted to go more direct to the hobby shops.
Okay.
Cut out the middleman.
Right.
Whatever that means. I don't know. I don't know what that does. Because right now, for people who don't know, right now there's these nationwide distributors.
Okay.
And they get boxes at wholesale prices, and then they sell it to hobby shops and other people that deal in wax.
Okay.
They give them a certain allocation so let's just say the top Star Wars finest, for example, they might give them one case at 10% or 20% above wholesale price. And then what they do is after they go through that one case, which is not enough for any hobby store or individual, right? Not. They go back and get more, but they sell it to them at the market price, whatever that is, right? Which is usually, in recent years, that's been usually 2 or 3 times whatever it costs for the box. So I don't know if they cut out the middleman, if they cut out the distributor, what Fanatics will do, if they'll do the same model or if they'll just keep it at whatever the wholesale price is,
Interesting. Definitely.
But I don't know if that's really going to help like us as consumers, because I would imagine the hobby shops are still gonna mark it up to market price, you know, even if they get it, it just makes their margins bigger. I don't know. What do you think about that?
But no, it sounds like it to me. I mean, if they still get it and it's still a high demand product, then it's still gonna,
Because like like
be marked up.
yeah, people are gonna buy it from the hobby shops or whoever has the allocation. They're gonna buy it from them, and then they're gonna turn around and flip it on eBay or wherever at card
Hmm.
shows for whatever the market rate is, anyways. So I don't know if that is really gonna solve issues. It just basically, gives better margins to hobby shops. So I guess that's good because it'll support the hobby shops. But I don't know. I don't know. I have to kind of see how this plays out before we can see if it's going to be helpful to the hobby or not.
Now, do you? There's also speculation that PSA will lower the grading fees next month, or possibly, but even by the end of the year. What do you think about that?
I think that'd be great. I mean, there's like, I feel like we're at the point where everything needs to be slabbed. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
people who want to have everything uniform in their collections, it's either you have all your cards slabbed or you just don't have any card slab, right? And there are some people that don't believe in slabs. So I think that lowering the grading prices is just, it's great. We need that, because there's a lot of people who want to grade like 5, 10, $20 cards, and they don't want to pay more than whatever the card is worth to be graded, right? So that would be good. It is gonna create more and more junk slabs, though. But we're already in that era, so I don't know if
I
you can
thought
do
we were
anything
getting
about
out of
that.
that era, actually.
No, I mean they just graded 1 million cards last month. They graded
Oh
like
Lord, have mercy.
like 7, 8 million the
Oh,
whole year already. Um,
I thought the pandemic was the what brought the junk slab era and ended it. So now
well,
we're
I
gonna get
mean,
back into it again.
yeah, you could say that. I mean, like, it's just crazy. Like when you can buy a slab for like $10 to $20. There's a lot of junk slabs that you can buy for like $10 or $20, or sometimes even less. And the card in there is just like the grading fee costs more than whatever you sell it for. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. It should be like the minimum price on any graded card should at least be the grading fee. You know what I mean? At least. So I don't know. But I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. But I know a lot of people will be happy to be able to send in like bulk submissions and things like that. So that would be good.
And let's see how it affects like SGC and BGS and CESG.
Ooh, let's talk about that real quick here because I don't know if you noticed this, but at the National, BGS had these huge displays of new labeled graded cards. Did you see
Okay,
that?
like
Did you see that?
particularly what are you talking about?
New labels for BGS.
BGS had new label. I know I didn't see the new labels
They had
because
the
I did send cards to get in. You know that I sent
yeah.
cards to get graded, and I also had ones to get reslabbed, but I didn't notice the new label.
They had these giant displays and it was like a new like
Oh,
modern minimalistic label,
okay.
right? And they had these giant displays like that, right? So presumably those are like they're debuting their new logo, their new label and everything like that.
Oh,
And I,
wow.
I guess the feedback on social media was so negative
Oh,
that
really?
yeah, that they came out and said, no, 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 those aren't our new labels. It was just a joke for the National or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
They backtracked. They backtracked on it real hard, and that's where we are right now. But I mean, you don't spend money on marketing materials and stuff like that if that's not your intention, right? Um, so I don't know what's going on with BGS. I think BGS is totally out of touch with today's market. The only thing that sets them apart is that they do subgrades. That is the only thing that sets BGS apart
And
from the
they'll
other
grade
grading
other
companies.
cars that PSA won't for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So BGS is just totally falling off the cliff for me. Just look at the what has happened with the Star Jordans, for example. And I don't know if this is like I don't know what's right or wrong about this, but it just shows you that something doesn't make sense. Something is suspicious here. Where you get a Jordan BGS 8.5 that sells for like $30,000,
Okay.
okay? And then you get a PSA 8, which was most likely a BGS 8.5 or 9 at one time and cracked. and submit it to PSA, and it came out at PSA 8, and that goes for $115,000.
Oh
You
my,
know,
really?
that just happened. That just happened on Golden. So it's the same card, guys. It's like my friend David.
And all you have to do is crack it.
Yes, my friend David has been doing this. He had a whole bunch of Jordan Stars, BGSs, high grades, like 8.5s, 7s, 7.5s. He cracked them over, crossed them over to PSA, PSA 7, PSA 8, and he sells it for like 3-4 times as much more. It's the same card. It's literally just a different label.
What the hell are we doing? We should have been doing that the national day.
I know,
we should have
right?
just been cracking right there, man. It was like striking oil.
I know. So it's crazy. So it's just like that just shows you how much the community does not like BGS right now. There are some hardcore people that love BGS, right? Their whole collections are BGS slabs and things like that. But I think the market has spoken that BGS is just like a distant third right now in terms of the grading companies. I think SGC is still hard to move the higher end stuff except for vintage, but for lower end stuff, I mean, it moves very well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the other one? CSG. That one is grading a lot of cards right now. So I haven't really seen too many though come up to my table at shows, but their numbers, I think they're number 2. I think they're number 2 in terms of how many cards they've been grading.
Okay.
So that'll be very interesting to see how the market treats those slabs pretty soon.
Yeah, but I can't move those cards to save my life. To be honest with you. SCGs.
Yeah, I don't have any, so I've never tried to move one, but I would imagine it's probably not ideal.
Yeah, they're tough.
They're probably
the toughest ones.
Probably like the equivalent to HGA, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe even tougher, believe it or not.
Speaking of HGA, I'm surprised HGA is still hanging around because I saw them at the National also.
Right.
Yeah. And they're still hanging around there. So interesting to see what will happen with them.
I sold a few of their slabs when I was there at the National. Still trying to move them, what I have left of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Anything else on your mind?
Let's see. And then I guess at the end of the month, we have the big Burbank show. And I guess there is a lot of buzz. And you won't be there set up, but I will. So it'll be weird being at a big promoted show without you, Dan.
I'll hang out with you. I'll be there one day and I'll hang out with you.
Spirit. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to come back behind the table and hang out with you. So.
Will and Dylan doing a little tenderizing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about setting up there, and I want to support those guys and everything like that. I need time off because that same week I'll be in Florida for the Star Wars Galactic Cruise, and I'll come back like Thursday night, and then for me to go in Thursday night and then do the show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I just really need a vacation this week because
don't blame you.
Last month we did Dallas, then I did Comic-Con, then I did the National, and then I need time off. So, but I will be there for one day. I'll probably be there like Saturday to support you guys and hang out and stuff. I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making it a little easy. I'm just gonna have like half the table of cards, and I'm gonna have half of it graded guard for men.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll be good. Speaking of that too, like I was looking at my inventory. My inventory is very low right now after the National. I need to
imagine.
I've got like 25 cards in my inventory. That's not enough.
What? 25?
Yeah, 25 right now. So I gotta either dip into my PC and pull out some cards that I just want to move, or I gotta go buy more stuff. But I just don't have enough inventory right now. So that's another reason I can't do the show. And I'm a little bit worried about Dallas because like I'm going to have to spend some money in Dallas or something to get that inventory up, But
you're not buying anything right now online?
That's a good problem to have. Yeah. I'm watching.
You're not looking at auctions right now? You're not looking at auctions at the time being?
Yeah, I am. I got my eyes.
Okay, I know you are.
So super excited about Burbank. The guys that put it on, Burbank Card Shop, the Card Father, and Dynasty Mode, EJ, and all those guys.
Right.
Yeah, the guys from the premiere show, Jay. I don't know if Kobe's part of that, but those guys, they know how to put on a show. So
I think Kobe is. I think he is.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be good. As long as they bring in a lot of people, I think it'll be a good atmosphere.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Okay.
next now? What else do you have to show?
All right. Let me tell you what's been on my mind lately.
Okay,
Okay.
what has? Because I haven't spoke to you all week, man,
Okay. I've
except for
been
about Star
seeing
Wars.
I've been seeing a lot of activity in the Star Wars market lately,
I knew it.
which is great, but I'm paying very close attention to it because I want to be very careful about where the Star Wars market goes. Okay. And I'll use this example. All right. When Marvel was on fire, it was red hot, right?
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people I feel like we built up Marvel incorrectly, where we were so excited, so passionate about it. We were talking about it, and a lot of people got into Marvel that were not necessarily Marvel fans. And what happened is they tried to flip the cards too quickly.
Yep.
And I saw a lot of people get burned when, especially when they started putting these Marvel cards on Golden and things like that, right?
Got too excited, too greedy, too soon.
Yeah. And these guys that were buying these high-end Marvel cards, they're paying a lot of money. They didn't care about Marvel. You know, they were just trying to flip the cards. And cards can only be flipped so many times within a short period of time before somebody gets left holding the bag. And that's what happened with Marvel.
Like a
That's
hot
definitely what
potato.
happened. Like, you know, you can't like I just remember people buying cards for Marvel cards like in February, and then they try to turn around and send them to auction in March, and then it ended up getting burned. And that's kind of like what killed the Marvel momentum a lot, you know. So I'm trying to be very cautious about how we help build the community with Star Wars, because Star Wars hasn't experienced that yet. Star Wars has been red hot, but people have not been sending them to auction to flip right away, which is
Right.
great. Which is great because the cards are getting into collectors' hands who can appreciate them and will enjoy them and let the value appreciate on its own rather than trying to turn and burn these cards, right? But I'm starting to see some activity now where some people are getting into some big Star Wars cards, particularly superfractors and things like that, and they're trying to turn around and flip them too quickly. And I'm just a little bit nervous for those people because they're going to find out that it's very hard to sell cards, especially high end cards around that price point. And I just worry that if they get nervous and they send it to like PWCC or Golden or Probe Scene or something like that, and then the sale doesn't end where they expect it to, it could
Mm-hmm.
really hurt the momentum of Star Wars and the community that we're trying to build. So that's been on my mind lately. I've been telling people, like people message me. I don't know if they message you, Merlin, but they message me all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
Hey, should I buy this card?
Yeah.
What is the value of this card? What can I do with it? Should I buy this box and rip it and sell this card? And I keep telling these people, I was like, don't flip Star Wars. All right.
All the time, dude. I think they probably
Don't get
copy
in
and
it.
paste messages
Yes.
you and I both.
I'm telling these people, don't flip Star Wars. Don't get into it unless you love it, unless you have a passion for it. Because
Yes.
if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get burned, right? So, and I've learned my lesson from what happened with Marvel, where I'm really trying to focus with me, you, Daps, Eric, and all the other guys that help us. I'm really trying to focus on building a strong foundation of collectors in the community that can get the cards that they want. They can hold the cards, they can appreciate it, and they can continue to like bring exposure to the Star Wars market. And I think that if we do that, we can create continued demand for Star Wars cards, which will hold the values at least,
Right.
right? And then eventually, every once in a while, you're gonna get like a really big sale, like that last Superfractor that sold for like $9,000 on eBay. You're gonna get like big sales here and there, which is gonna only help. But if people start trying to flip them really quick and they get burned, and then these sales become public and stuff like that, it's I think it's going to really kill the momentum. So that's been on my mind a lot lately because I think people look to me to kind of like bring a lot of exposure, you and Daps and Eric, the
Mm-hmm.
pop count, to bring a lot of exposure. And we have so many cool things planned with Star Wars, with the new release of Finest that's come out, with the art exhibition that we're going to try to host at DAP Sports, with the new possible partnership in the works with Tops. we got all these cool things that are going to happen, but they need time to develop. So I just hope that people, don't get into it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Star Wars has value. I've made a lot of money on Star Wars cards for sure, but you gotta know how to maneuver within that space. Otherwise, you're gonna get burned. So if anybody's watching this, do not try to flip Star Wars. Okay, that's not the best way to do it. Like what that kid tried to do, where he bought your Kurosawa wave or prism, and then he tried to flip it to me the next day. You can't do that. You just can't do that. You can either.
He didn't even notice you were right next to me when he bought it from me at the trade night.
You can't do that. Okay. You got to either buy them raw, grade them, and then you can, sell them, or trade into them and then sell them or something like that. But don't buy and then turn around and try to sell it. It just won't work. Okay.
Hilarious.
And I got a lot. I don't know about you, but I got people hitting me up all the time on Instagram trying to sell me their Star Wars cards, and I'm like, I just can't do it, because they're asking for like more than I would sell the cards for.
I know, and I'm like, what am I supposed to sell that for? Like 10 grand? Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just can't get it done. So that's been on my mind lately. It's something I want to really pay close attention to, because I feel like we're on the right track with building this community, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't want anybody to, I don't want the momentum to stop. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, let's just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it's about. Just having fun and building up the community. And the bigger the community gets, the more valuable these cards become. Believe me, that's the best way to go about it. Okay, so shall we go into mail days? I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I do too. But I shipped a lot to Graded today, so I can have it ready for Burbank. So I don't have much to show.
Okay, today's going to be a very eclectic mail day. Most of the stuff is not mail day. Most of the stuff I just bought at the shows. I mean, not the show, but I went to Disneyland, and I bought a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, you already went to Disneyland already?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
A couple days ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, with the family?
Yeah. Took the family
nice.
there. So let me show off a couple things here. Okay. First of all, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think I got a few things here. Oh, these are all priced. Where'd Dan go? Let's see. I have a few things. I have a Bob Marley. This is not his rookie card. I think he actually has a 78 Swedish Samlocker card. That's a mini card. It has a blank back. But this is the one that's more high demand. Oh, look at you. Are you wearing your Kenobi cloak?
It may look like I'm wearing a blanket, but no, this is an official
Jedi cloak.
Jedi robe that I'm wearing, that I will be wearing to cosplay on the
oh my gosh, look at you. Wow.
Yes.
So here's my mail day. It's arrived today. Bob Marley and the Wailers. This is from the same set that Prince card that I have is from. But this is a very high demand card. Bob Marley from 1979, Warner Brothers promotional set. Someone sent this to me also with the Bob Marley one, but this is funny. Got Rob Burgundy Anchorman.
That needs to be slabbed up.
But that came with the Bob Marley card.
That's awesome.
Also, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna get this graded. But he's going to be the next Blade, which movie comes out next year. So I've been buying his card while it's still affordable. But this is from the Alpha TV show. This is Mahershala Ali, one of my favorite actors. If you can say his name 3 times really fast. But this is on-card auto. This is from the show he was on Sci-Fi from Alpha's on-card auto, Mahershala Ali. But this is not his first card. It's actually first card, which I'm getting soon this week. I had to get, the authenticity guaranteed. Is from the 4400. This is from 2012. The 4400 one comes from, I think, 2007. So I'll begin that one for you next week to show. So that's my mail day. Dan, your turn.
Okay. So first thing I want to show off. So if you guys don't know, if you ever go to Star Wars Con, If you guys ever go to Star Wars Galaxy at Disneyland, you can buy lightsabers there. They have a lightsaber shop, and they have like all these different character lightsabers and things like that, and they come in this nice little neat box. So let me open this up, and you guys can try to guess which Jedi this lightsaber belongs to here. Okay, it's kind of difficult, but it's one of my favorite Jedis. So take a look, put it in the chat. Tell me what you think this is, and I will tell you at the end of the mail day, okay? So there it is, right there.
Well,
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
He's a master. He's a master.
Oh.
And it's a he.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Well, it was.
Don't mind that. Don't mind that.
Better get that fixed before you go on vacation.
Yeah. No, that's just the cap to cover up the part where you put the blade in.
Okay. Now you're gonna be walking around on the cruise.
You're damn right I am. That's why I bought it. This is an immersive experience. Okay, I can't be walking around in my shorts and
flip flops.
Yeah, flip flops. You know, I can't be wearing my Great Curator T-shirt there.
Don't Jedis enjoy the pool?
No pool. It's on a galactic spaceship. There's no pool.
You're gonna be in Florida and there's no Jedi pool. There's got to be a Jedi.
You know what
somewhere.
This is? Did I tell you what it is?
Yes, I know what it is.
It's a hotel. They lock you in the hotel, and it's supposed to be like you're in a spaceship.
Yes.
So you don't go outside. You don't go outside.
I know, but there's got to be a Jedi pool somewhere. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, nerding out. So check that out.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so got that. Hold on, let me put this away here. Got that. Pick that one up. Also, because I'm a degenerate, I just had to. I picked up the Mace Windu lightsaber.
Oh, you had that one too.
Yeah,
that's the one I recognize. Yes.
Yeah, Mace Windu, one of my favorites. You know, I got the Mace Windu Superfractor, so I had to get his lightsaber also. And these things are pretty cool because they turn different colors with the blade. So this one is purple.
Oh, wow.
So got that. This, I'm super excited to get this here. Not a lot of people are going to know what this is. Right here.
It's ice cream maker.
No. Gosh. Oh, my gosh. Merlin, you're embarrassing me here. Okay. This is a Camtono case, okay? Where this is from the Mandalorian, where they hold the best scar in here. It's a safe. It's a galactic safe. Okay. And then basically there's a keypad in here, right? So you just press it. This is the default. I'm going to show you guys the code. This is default. Okay. I'm going to change the code after this, but basically you press this and it turns green like that. And then you open that up like that.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then you can store
your wallet,
your best scar. You can score your best scar in there, but these things happen to perfectly fit slab mags. So I can put my slab mags in here and store them for safekeeping.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So that's that.
Now you're going to take that.
I might be walking around trade night. Forget the Zion cases. Sorry, Zion doesn't sponsor me. I might be walking around with this from now on. You know, we'll see.
Now here's the question: are you going to be trying to sell Star Wars cards on the trip?
You know, I might bring some. I felt like this might be a good opportunity to spread the Star Wars collecting bug to everybody on the ship. I might bring some boxes. We might have to break something. We'll see. If I can get product, I will bring some boxes out there and we'll do some. I could be the first one ever to do a break on the Galactic Cruise. I don't think it's ever been done before. I might have to do that.
Nice.
I might have to do that. So that's a great idea. Thank you for that. Okay, I got to take this off. It's very hot. Okay.
It is. Oh, wow. Yeah. And you're going to be in Florida.
I know, right?
Okay, you better prepare yourself.
Hopefully the Galactic Cruise will be air conditioned. So I got that. I got this. This is not Star Wars related, but I'll show it to you guys. G.I. Joe. I bought a G.I. Joe bat. This is the classified series. Let me try to get a better view for you guys here.
That snake? Who is that?
So one of my favorite characters, the bat. I
Look at
actually
that.
I
Okay.
bought multiple of these. I'm the kind of guy where I like to army build, so I'll buy multiple toys and I'll just have
Okay.
them all set up. So got that pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to show you guys. Anything else? Yeah. The last thing I want to show you guys. This is not sports related, or Star Wars related, pop culture related, or anything like that. Kind of pop culture, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But I think this is very interesting. Okay, and I'll share it with you guys here. This right here is a book.
Oh yeah.
It's called Grinding It Out. Okay. It is written by Ray Kroc,
Ray Kroc.
who is regarded
Making
as
McDonald's.
the founder of McDonald's. If you ever watched that movie with Michael Keaton called The Founder, he's in it. That kind of tells his story. It's a little bit dramatized, but that's basically his story. And he wrote this book in like 1970, something like 74, something like that. It tells the story about how he founded McDonald's. The reason I really enjoy it is because I study as another side hobby. I study like investment strategy and things like that. So I'm always trying to learn from really successful people in business and the things that they did. I think it's really cool how this guy was like in his 50s and basically he started a new venture trying to franchise McDonald's restaurants in his 50s, and he grew it to be, you know, a multi-million-dollar corporation and where it is today. So that's really cool. One really interesting fact about this, if you haven't seen the movie, is that one of McDonald's best revenue generating ideas that they've ever had is that they actually own the real estate to many of their stores. So they're more like they're regarded more like a real estate investment business than they are like a fast food business. So that's very interesting. And this happens to be a signed copy from Ray Kroc himself. So this is pretty cool. Added to my collection, and you know, just something that kind of inspire me to always continue to work hard and learn. And that is it.
Yay.
Okay. Before we get to the comments, anything on your mind that you want to talk about what's bending your corner lately?
No, nothing.
Oh, you're in a good mood, huh? You're in a good mood?
Well, I'm just ready to relax. I haven't really gone to a card show or anything, and
Right.
everything's been pretty good. So I'm just ready to get my neck taken care of, guys.
Okay. Well,
about
before
you?
I get it, well, okay. So this is what's been kind of like bending my corner lately.
Okay.
I feel like, and this is something I've been thinking about too. So this is kind of like, it's not like really, really bending my corner, but I just kind of want to fit it into this segment. I feel like we need to talk more about the difficulties of selling, how hard it is to sell cards, right? Because
Okay.
like I told you before, I get hit up on Instagram all the time. These people trying to sell me their cards. And, you know, if I decline, I'm always really nice about it. I'm always like, no, thank you. I'm not in the market for that at the moment. Something like that. And sometimes these dudes,
Same here.
yeah, sometimes these dudes who like I don't even know, I have no relationship with, they get real nasty with me and they say, oh, I'm giving you a good price. And,
Yeah, they come on a little strong, right?
Yeah. And I just like, you know, it makes me roll my eyes because I feel like a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to sell cards. And another thing that people have been saying is like people complain sometimes about like the prices at card shows that are higher than what you could get it online, or like at the national, people were complaining about prices being really high. And and you know, sometimes people are really high on their price and they're not at market value or things like that. But I think sometimes people forget that you know, there's a lot of work that goes into selling cards. You know, like if you set up at a show, there's a lot of additional cost that goes into setting up. So sometimes you'll have to price your cards or your things at a little bit of a premium in order to try to like spread some of that cost out. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that. They think that, you know, you should just be able to buy it, whatever you can buy it online, which is true. But in that same regard, like you should just buy it online then, you know what I mean? Like if you want the convenience of having it right there, then expect to at least negotiate with them and maybe work around that. So that's one thing. that's been kind of bugging me lately. Another thing that's been bugging me is that people who are trying to do trades, right? Cash trades or regular trades. They're trying to
Hmm.
trade up into cards.
Right.
And, I saw this. I saw you had to deal with this at both Dallas and the National, where people were just trying to trade you like 10 cards for one card.
Yes.
And it just doesn't make sense. Like, people don't understand. They think that they're giving a lot of value, right? But
Right.
they don't understand that it's hard work to sell cards. It's not easy.
Right.
So if you're passing that burden of selling those cards to somebody else, you better understand that and put that into the deal. Factor into the deal that they have to sell. They have to put a lot of work into selling these cards, and they might not even sell some of these cards. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you once used the analogy, like, people will try to trade you for like one piece of gold, and they try to give you like 10 pieces of silver.
Right.
And then instead of selling that one piece of gold, you got to go sell 10 pieces of silver, and you don't know how long that's going to take, right?
That's correct.
Same thing with cards. So that's something I wish I want to bring a little bit more attention to, because people just have to understand that it is not easy to sell cards. Um, you know, at the price that you want to sell it for, or the price that you get into the card for, right? If you want to
Hmm.
sell something, you throw it on eBay 99 cents and you just let it run, sure, super easy.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't know where it's going to end, and that's a problem. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about the people that were trying to flip Marvel and all these other cards. People complain about, like, I keep seeing all these posts lately because the last golden auction, I guess a lot of cards didn't do well, and people were posting these comparison pictures, like, this is what the card sold for 6 months ago, this is where it sold for today, or whatever.
Hmm.
And it just made me think that, like, people don't realize how hard it is to sell cards. You can't simply just expect to buy a card and then throw it right back on the auction block a couple months later and get more for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's really an art to selling. You have to market the card well, you have to promote it, you have to give it the proper exposure, you have to explain where the value comes from, and you got to find the right person who understands all that and is willing to pay up for it. You can't just simply throw it on there and wish for the best. And I think a lot of people are getting burned because they're trying to do that. And it just makes me scratch my head, because, like, a lot of these cards are really great cards that people are trying to sell on these auctions, right? And they're just
Hmm.
letting it run. And I just wonder if they're getting bad advice or something like that, from the auction houses that are trying to get their cards to post. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you experienced this, but at the National, like, a whole bunch of different auction houses came to my table to try to get
Oh
my card.
yes. Yes.
And
Yes. I heard it. I heard
and
them
you're
at
like,
your place, and they come to mine.
yeah, and
Yes.
they're salesmen. They make
Uh,
commission. They make commission, and they're very good at what they do. But that doesn't guarantee that the cards are going to go for whatever they go for. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like what's been bending my corner lately, in terms of, like, people aren't realizing how difficult it is to sell cards, and they're making mistakes to get burned by it, or they're trying to take advantage of other people, and not understanding how difficult it is and how much work goes into selling cards. I think just because we've been working so hard the last year going to shows, and now that we're actually taking time off, it's giving me a lot of time to reflect. So
hmm.
that's just where that rant is. Sorry if I went off on a couple tangents and if you guys didn't follow me, but just understand that it's very difficult to sell cards. It's not easy. But if you do it the right way, you can make money doing it, but don't just think that it's easy money, because it's not. All
I
right.
know. Yeah, it takes work. It's like
Yeah.
selling a car or something, and it also
That's
takes
that's
relationship,
exactly. Oh
everything.
yeah. Dude, that's perfect. Like, it's like trying to sell a car or trying to sell a house. You think it's easy. You think that what you have is valuable, but it's a process of putting it out there, finding the right person to pay up for it, and that takes a lot of work, you know. And I think that if people realize that, and they put attention to that part of the process, then they would do a lot better in the hobby.
Right. And it's also taken, the entire year of people, getting to know us too. Not just through us through the internet, but also meeting us at the shows as well. Building that clientele, that relationship
Oh
at
yeah.
shows.
Oh yeah, we put so much time and effort into building our reputation within the hobby that it may seem like it's a lot easier for us to sell cards, but it took a lot of work to get there. Whereas if you're brand new, you don't have any connections or anything like that, and you don't know what to do, it's going to be very difficult to try to go in and make money in the hobby. Like people have been messaging me who want to get into flipping cards, and they ask me my advice, and I'm like, don't do it. Unless you love the hobby and you love collecting, don't try to flip, because you're gonna get burned if you don't know what you're doing, right? You gotta really put a lot of effort into treating this as a real business if you want to make any money. Otherwise, you can just be a collector and you can hold for a while and you'll be fine. But if you want to get in the flipping game or dealer setup, being a vendor at shows and things like that, it's very difficult.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've built that kind of niche now to be those, pop culture guys. You and I have, Brian's built that niche to be the soccer guy, City League investor. But it's taken a year to create that.
Right, a year, a sacrifice, a lot of money invested too, a lot of criticism, things like that.
Yes.
And we're lucky. I feel like we're in a position where we can move a lot of cards. But we know how to do it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's great because, we have even other dealers come to us for advice, and that's, a great thing too. So that feels great.
Yeah. So just wanted to kind of get that off my chest to share that different perspective with you guys. If you guys are trying to sell cards, you can do it. Just make sure you do your research and make sure that you do it in the right way, and then you'll be able to get it done. Okay. But don't assume that it's going to be easy. It's not easy.
Yeah. They don't come to you and just start buying.
Right. The days where people will walk up to you and just give you all cash are gone. Those days are gone.
You just don't sit there with your wallet and they just hand you money.
I know, right?
Like, I want this and this and this. Here's the cash. No.
Rarely does that happen anymore. Okay, let's get into the comments here. Let's say hello to some people here.
Okay, let's do it. I can't wait. Next level collecting 47. What's up, all? What's up, man?
Before we get there, let me give you the answer to this. This is Jedi Master Plo Koon's lightsaber.
Plo Koon.
Yeah, he's that like bug looking guy with the mask, the breather mask.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Okay.
All Valley Collectibles. Hello, what's up, buddy? From the bench. What's up, guys? CV Sports Cards. Hey guys, how's it going? Good. What's up, buddy?
Oh, here's another thing. If I can go on another rant real quick. I'll make this real quick, guys. Give me like 1 minute.
Okay, so that's fine.
I gotta give credit to my friend CV Sports Cards. This is Adrian. Go follow him on YouTube,
Adrian.
Please. He has his own vlog. He makes really cool content. He defended me. He stood up and defended me against this idiot who was like criticizing me on somebody else's post about like he was criticizing me because I was weighing boxes that I was opening on my live for myself.
Oh yeah.
You know how I like to like weigh those little boxes of the Masterworks, because I want people to tell me which boxes to open and see, if one has an autograph or whatever, or a medallion card.
That's ridiculous.
And this dude, I don't even know who he is, some idiot, I don't even bother to know his name, was criticizing me, saying that like, oh, how that's wrong and how I'm scamming people, where he didn't even know the context of what I was doing. And CV Sports Cards Adrian was trying to like explain to him what I was doing, right. He was not listening to his words at all, and they were just going back and forth on this long thread where this guy just kept like making this argument based on like incorrect facts, and he didn't even know what the situation was, and he just sounded so stupid. And it just made me realize that people want to hear what they want to hear. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not worth trying to convince somebody otherwise, because they want to hear what they want to hear. They're going to believe what they want to believe once they made up their mind. So sometimes it's not worth investing a lot of time arguing with people, because you're not going to change your mind. But I do appreciate CV Sports Cards for standing up for me, because I wouldn't waste my time doing that. But I did get a kick out of seeing his responses to him, because he got real nasty with that dude. So that was very entertaining. So I appreciate that.
Ridiculous reason to get mad about something.
I know, right?
19 Vintage. What's up, Rob?
Rob here. Rob has this interesting side business where he's doing like these what do you call it? Like custom fashion labels or something
Yeah,
like that.
definitely custom
With
labels.
yeah, with Marvel cards. I think they're pretty cool, like novelty labels or something like
Mhm.
that. I think they're pretty cool. So go check him out.
Yeah,
He's
check
doing some
his
really cool stuff.
Instagram at 19 Vintage.
Yeah, he's doing some really, really cool stuff. I really like the work. I actually saw some of them at the National, and they look good. They're like in PSA style cases, but they just have like whatever you call it, like a glamour custom label, and they look pretty awesome. So check him out, guys.
Feed the gods, Aaron. What's up, buddy? Good evening.
Let's see.
Aaron, have you seen some of the PSA Slabs Fanatics is trying to sell on their website for 140-ish when the market is around $40? No, I haven't. Have you, Dan?
I have
Anyways,
seen.
what's he talking
Yeah.
about?
So I think he's talking about Fanatics has their own labels for some of their
Okay.
stuff. I don't know what it is. I really haven't paid attention to their pricing or anything like that, but I have seen that. I think it's interesting. I'm not somebody that would be buying any of that stuff, but I mean, I can see them getting into that because they, that's their space. And I would not be surprised if they tried to push something like that in the future.
So if you go on their site, they have like PSA slabs for sale.
They have Fanatic slabs.
Oh, it's a Fanatics, not a PSA slab.
Yeah, it looks like a PSA slab, but it's a Fanatics label.
Oh, interesting. I did not know. And it's graded too?
I don't think it's graded. I think they're just authenticated.
Okay, it's just only authenticated slab. Gotcha. Aaron
But
says,
he might be talking about PSA slabs too. I haven't really paid attention to it, but I have seen Fanatic slabs.
okay, I'm going to go check it out then because I haven't seen it. If you go to Fanatics website, you can see these.
Yeah.
Awesome. Feed the gods. The 90s had the junk wax era. What's your thoughts of us being in the middle or the tail end of the jet slab era? Well, like Dan says, it sounds like it's starting up again with these $18 PSA slabs going on. Thoughts, Dan?
I mean, we're here. It's not going to go anywhere. You're going to see like a bunch of slabs that nobody wants, but that's just
bunch of base cards being graded again.
Yeah, that's just the way it is, guys. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, we can't do anything about it. We're drowning. I mean, look at Merlin there. He's got like how many? Like he must have like 10, 15 boxes all filled with slabs.
Most of them are empty, man. It's just for effect.
Okay. But that's gonna be our life, guys. I mean, we can't do anything about it. I would love to see people just destroy slabs, just like get them off the market, just melt them, recycle them, turn them into
those ET cartridges.
Yeah, turn them into installation art or something. I would just love to see them, use them for target practice or something like that. Just get them off the market. I would just, there's too many. There's just too many out there for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Aaron, hey Merlin, since your slab BGS slabs recently, how much was it? And could it reslab a BGS slab without subgrades into a new slab with subgrades? I'm sure you can. I mean, Aaron and I did it over at the show at the National, and I think, well, for a reslab, they made me. I had a Luka Doncic card that's flawless that needed to be reslabbed because it had some fungi in it inside it. Luckily, it was just on the glass, not on the card. So luckily, I got to keep the same grade, but they charged me $50 to reslab it, just to recase it again. Mm-hmm. About the grading, I got some. I think I did like I think they charged me like $150 to get graded cards there at the show. That was it. So with subgrades, it was $150 and get them back at the week of the show.
Okay, cool.
And then I don't know about the subgrades, the other ones. I didn't really do that. Mm-hmm. Aaron has another question towards you, Dan, concerning BGS. What do you think of a BGS 10 and their black label, especially versus a PSA 10 and an SGC 10 and Golden 10? Would be nice, but those are rare few between, Dan. Don't you agree?
Okay. All right. I'm just going to give you a quick answer. I don't want to piss too many people off here, but I think that's all gimmick. I think it's all gimmick. It's all manipulated through the grading companies to create another exclusive label that people can chase and put a premium on. I would only get into any of those labels just so that I could flip it because they do carry a premium, but I would never actively try to get one for myself for a card that I wanted just because I think it's very, very subjective in terms of they grade it. It's like every 1 out of 100, they just select for that, and they put that label on. It doesn't mean anything to me, but it does hold a premium in the market. I will acknowledge that, and it is a good way. If you pick one up, it's a good way that you can flip a card, because those things are very coveted among collectors and things like that. But I just think it's a gimmick.
I think I've gotten like 3 in my life.
Yeah, and they're all a gimmick in order to overtake PSA, because PSA started off, they have PSA 10. Okay. And in order for another grading company to come in there and be better than PSA, they have to have a level above a 10, which is why we have the black label and the gold label and all this other stuff. Right. But it's just a gimmick for them to differentiate themselves from PSA. And there's a reason PSA has never done a PSA black label or gold label or anything like that, because they have already set the standard, and they can't really do it. They can't really start off with a new label, because it's going to piss off everybody that has a PSA 10. It's going to devalue that stuff. Mm-hmm. So, it's just another gimmick to try to be better than PSA. But to me, it doesn't really do anything personally to me, but it does hold a premium. So if you want to flip a card, that's a good way to do it.
Andy Neo, Star Wars has been getting lots of love. How about sharing some of that with a distant cousin, Star Trek? Huh.
Are you a Star Trek fan?
A little, not as much Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I love Star Trek also.
Yeah.
I love, especially that new show, Star Trek Discovery. Great show. I love that show. The Lower Decks, that animated show. Okay. That's really cool.
Oh, wow. You've been watching a lot.
Picard, that new show, Picard. That's really cool. So I definitely love Star Trek a lot. They just don't have a lot of good products out there that make them collectible. I think that's where the disconnect for me is. Maybe there is, I just don't know about it. But they for any type of pop culture genre to be collectible in the card market, they have to have really good products out there. You can't just throw out some type of card and expect it to be great, right? True. Like Star Wars, there's a lot of different Star Wars products out there that have been released in the last 2 years. There's multiple sets, but not all of them are good. A lot of them are like entry-level cards for like kids and things like that. Not many of them are very collectible. So it takes a really well-designed product like Star Wars Galaxy Chrome to really break out and get people really interested in collecting it, because everybody loves these IPs. Everybody loves Marvel, Star Trek, Star Wars, wrestling, TV shows, Stranger Things. Everybody loves these IPs, but
me too.
But they don't necessarily love or need to collect cards of those IPs. So you really have to have a well-made, well-designed card or product to get people into it. And if you do that, then they're worth money, they're collectible and all that stuff. But you have to have a good product.
I think that's what Zero Cool's trying to do now with the pop culture cards.
Have you seen any of their stuff? Like
I opened up the Dune and the Clerks 3. It was pretty cool. And then some people came over and showed me the Stranger Things ones.
What's the quality of them?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, just okay. Yeah,
but I didn't see the really cool cards though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the ones. I mean, some of the redemption stuff. I heard there were some, auto redemptions and box redemptions. So I didn't get to see the nice ones. I just saw the base cards. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's really what it's going to take. A really nice product to get people into collecting.
David Campo, Star Wars to the moon. That's right, brother. Good to hear from you. Hope to see you soon.
Another thing is, I'll go to this too. That's why DC cards are not popular. DC doesn't have really good products yet. Although I think that new one that came out, like the one that's like mixed with NFTs, looks kind of interesting to me.
Oh, yeah. A guy was coming over to my table during the National telling me all about it.
Some of those things look really cool, but prior to that, they didn't really have a lot of great cards. That's why nobody talks about DC. Plus, DC's content is kind of sucks right now in terms of the movies and stuff. But yeah.
What we got next here? Oh my gosh. Philly Joe, like the cloak, but the Wookiee jacket is the bomb.
Yeah.
You have a Wookiee jacket too, Dan?
I did, but I don't have it anymore. He's talking about the one that shows up in my video.
Yes, at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah.
Yes.
That one's really cool. That was really cool, but you know, we live in California. It's just too hot. You know,
Oh yeah,
we don't wear
definitely not
jackets like
now.
that at all. So I got rid of that a while ago.
Not in this heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Long Halloween, I got those lightsabers, including Kylo Ren's and Ahsoka's on Vive.
Oh, awesome.
GM fired Uncle Dan.
This is kid. I don't even know this kid's name. I call him GM Fried Chicken. We see him at all the shows
GM
though.
fired.
Yeah, he's from I think he's from like Tennessee or something like that.
Oh yeah,
but he's trying to
It's not Kenny, is it?
Is it? I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I just call him.
Is it Kenny?
I think so. No, not Kenneth. Not Kenneth.
Okay.
But I just call him GM Fried Chicken. But yeah, he might be joining the break even crew soon. Who knows?
Oh wow. Okay.
He's starting to grow on me.
Hoof, yes, break on the Galactic Starship Cruise.
I think I'm going to do it. I have some Star Wars Finest boxes coming in.
Uh-oh.
So I think I might do it. I think that'd be a cool thing for me to do with my brother too. I'm going there with my brother, my older brother. So it'd be fun.
You might be put in the Galactic Starship prison, or don't be careful. Jail.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Oh, look at this here. We got a donation.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys, just want to say thanks. You got me into collecting Star Wars cards, and I've been following on IG and YouTube. Love the content. Thank you so much. Next level collecting 47. $10 cash.
I think that's Canadian, right? Do you pay us in Canadian dollars?
Is that what the CA means in front?
Yeah.
It must be. Thank you.
I don't know, but I appreciate that. I love starting people off collecting new things. It's just been one of my most rewarding things that's happened in the hobby lately, especially at the National, where so many people came up to me, said that I started them collecting Star Wars and I helped them build their collection, even just like small things for a couple dollars here or there. It's just been a really cool experience. I don't know if you saw my vlog or not, but this guy, he was like an older gentleman. His name's Brian from Kentucky.
Okay.
He was telling me a story that he remembers as a 5-year-old kid watching Star Wars 1977 in the movie theater when it first came out, and experiencing the whole, sci-fi genre and how he felt. He's been a lifelong fan ever since, but he's never collected cards. And I got him into collecting Star Wars cards at the National. And I thought that was just super cool experience. Did anybody come up to you at the National and tell you something similar?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. A lot of people did. It was great. Yeah. I saw Star Wars when I was 7 years old. And the first day I saw it 5 days in a row after that. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Interesting tidbit. Awesome. Yes. I made all my family members go see it 5 days in a row.
So you watched it in 1977 also, huh?
I did. I was 7. So, I was primed for all those toys. I had all those toys. I was really spoiled.
I think that'd be worth a whole discussion in itself, because to be able to talk to somebody who actually experienced Star Wars, where there was no concept of Star Wars at all at that time, and then to have been living as a lifelong fan ever since, I think that's a pretty cool story. And I would love to hear, maybe we'll do this next time. I would love to hear, what the buzz around Star Wars back then was, like you were talking about the toys and all the merchandise that came out and all these things. And then when you saw the big twist in the storyline when Darth Vader revealed that he's Luke's dad and stuff like that.
Well, that was Empire Strikes Back. That was 3 years later. I was 10.
Yeah, so but that must have been amazing to watch that, right? All the buzz. So
definitely. I mean, when I was 7, I was a little more naive. I actually thought it was actually filmed in a galaxy far, far away. I thought it actually existed.
Very cool. Very cool.
Ryan Sanford, can we get behind the scenes of the Hogan PMG with Rob, sports card therapist?
We are going to be doing a recorded or live or something like that on his channel pretty soon. So I will tell you guys all about how he pried that card out of my hands. He put me in a headlock, and then he dropped his big leg. He dropped his big leg on me and body slammed me, and I made me sell the card to him. He made me sell the card to him. But yes, that story
Rob
will be told pretty soon.
Bought the Hogan PMG from you?
Yes.
At the National?
No, after the National. That's one of my big sales that happened last week.
Post-National.
Yeah.
So, okay, good.
That story will come out pretty soon for sure.
But he saw it at the National, or he already knew you had it?
He heard somebody told him that I had it, and he reached out to me after the National.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know
Oh
him?
wow. Do I know him?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I had just met him last week when he reached out to me. I know of him, but we never really interacted until like we did that deal last week. But anyways, you guys will hear that story soon.
I can't wait. Mike, hey guys, just saying hello, waiting for an item to close on eBay. Wonder if it closed now. Let us know.
Right.
Hope you got it, dude.
All right. I got to check my eBays here. Okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of eBay, there was Probstein had a one-of-one press pass cut autograph of Elvis that I really wanted. And I thought maybe I could have my chance. I thought maybe I'd splurge and spend a few $1,000s. And it was like staying at like 3,000, 4,000. I was like, hey, I may not go past 5. I may spend 5,000, but it ended up selling for almost 10,000 last night. So I didn't even take it. It was way out of my league, but sold for $10,000.
I also tried to get an auction, a Walt Disney autograph from Golden that ended last Sunday. I thought it'd be like a 10,000, and I was prepared to pay that. Believe it or not, $10,000 for a Walt Disney auto. It ended up going for like 17,000 when it was all said and done. So it was out of my league, but that's another thing that bends my corner, guys. Golden auctions. When I'm trying to bid on these auctions, and it's so difficult because not only because they have the hammer price, whatever that ends at, but then you have to factor in 20% on top of that. And then you got to factor in tax, shipping, insurance, and if you pay with a credit card fee.
Oh, so God. It's like, so you end up owing them money.
yeah. A lot of money, right? So like I was trying to get this Kaboom uncut sheet, which I really wanted so bad. And I was prepared to bid $8,000 and I was winning. And then I was like, yes, I'm winning. I'm going to do it. But then I did the math in my head and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be like $10,000 by the time it's said and done, probably to like 10.5. And then luckily somebody outbid me and I just kind of left it at that. But all those fees, man, they just really, really make it difficult to win stuff on their auction site unless you don't care at all,
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyways, there's that.
Adrian, love every second of it. Anytime, brother.
He's talking about it. He's talking about how he stood up for me and he acted as my attack dog for that idiot that tried to criticize me.
Toa, can I get a O-Town auto from Dap's friend? That's for Eric Estrada. We'll try, brother. I think there are some O-Town cards.
Oh, is there? Interesting.
Yeah.
We might have to look into that.
We all have to get one.
Yeah,
and wear it as a necklace. Matt Miller, enjoyed meeting you guys and chatting for quite a while in Dallas. Looking for the September show. We will be there, Matt. Good hearing from you, man.
Yes. That's when we take a break from our vacations and we get back in the game.
That'll be good to be, nice and, fresh and alive for Dallas. Benjamin Verdeman, great podcast, first time live. Enjoyed last episode after the stream. Thank you, Benjamin.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm just screening some of these chats here.
Mervin, good to see Mervin here. I remember last year Burbank Sports Cards didn't have too many bargain slabs. Now look at some of their IG reels. So many slabs for $2-3 a pop.
Are they selling slabs for $3 or $2?
I'm sure. They probably have so much inventory now.
What are they buying them for?
I don't know.
50 cents? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure so many people just dumping them.
That's crazy. You know what's crazy about Burbank Sports Cards is I follow them on Instagram, and the Card Father, he posts every day. And every day there are people in that store selling their cards. Like they just keep buying all those cards. And they're buying them at way, way, way low the value, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they have like $3, $3 junk slab boxes and stuff like that. So I'm just like, it's like, wow, I just can't believe people are just dumping all their cards into that store and letting that store just kind of like put them back out into the community. It's crazy. It's a crazy business model that they have here. unbelievable how successful they are, doing that too.
Secron, any thoughts on the early 2000 Lord of the Rings top chrome sets with a new series coming soon? Could be a good deal, Dan.
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, those are the real deal, guys. So if you're into that stuff, look into it, because my experience in selling that Emilia Clarke auto at the National really opened up my eyes. That is a whole different community in itself.
Definitely.
We might be into that at some point. We'll see.
Most definitely. I mean, you didn't keep it for a day, dude.
Yeah, I
Emilia
know.
Clarke auto.
I was very amazed by how much people wanted that card. I picked that card up just by chance. I gave up my Magic Bird 8.5 card. It was not an easy trade to do. I gave up like a super liquid card for that just to try to take a chance on it, and people went crazy for it. So it kind of opened my eyes, and I'm definitely looking into that genre.
And do you think it was a good move after all?
I mean, I made money on it for sure.
Okay.
So I think it's a good move. And I remember when Game of Thrones was out, I was a huge Game of Thrones fans. Like every week on HBO, I was like watching that show. It was great. So they it's not surprising to me that how many fans are so passionate about collecting those cards.
Yeah, and the new series comes out another week or two.
And it looks good too.
House of Dragon.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
I'll be watching it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And when does the Lord of the Rings series come out? The new one?
No
soon
idea.
As well. I think soon this month as well.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a great show too. I remember also Lord of the Rings. I was a huge fan of that.
Yeah,
also,
definitely. I always have been.
Yeah. I can
Even
see
the
myself
old animated series from the 70s. Did you ever see that as a kid? The animated version?
No.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch that. I don't know if it holds up for you maybe, but I loved it as a kid. It was weird. It was so weird. Perp Horde. Good evening, gents. I see the quick flip on those Star Wars Sapphire. Can't almost buy a Vader affordable for my collection. I prefer to look a vintage figure on those prices. Ha ha ha. Yeah,
I think those prices will go down. Those prices will go down.
They're hyped right now at their most.
So I've noticed this pattern, okay? When a product comes out and if it immediately skyrockets from the retail price and you see it all over breakers channels and things like that, then the move on that is first to market. Get the card, either slab it right away and put it on eBay or sell the card raw, and you're going to get top dollar from people who just want the card. But as the good cards get pulled and as the good cards get sold, the prices will eventually come down on all the other stuff, because when something goes up that high, it's always going to have a correction. Whereas when a product comes out, and I'll use it, for example, WWE Prism boxes. We remember that whole fiasco,
yes.
Right? Retail opens up at like $700. Then immediately the first week they're selling for like $1,200. All the big cards get pulled. Now they go down. Now they're like $400 a box, right?
Oh, they're back down that low now.
Yes, because remember, we talked about this a couple weeks ago with new wax. Once those chase cards get pulled, the value of those wax goes down. Okay, it's not like vintage wax where the more people rip it, the value goes up. No, with the modern stuff, once those chase cards get pulled, the value goes down. So, in contrast to that, when a product comes out and you don't see an immediate like price increase on the box, then you're going to see sustained value in those cards. Like Topps Chrome, Star Wars Topps Chrome, for example. When that came out, it was like $150 a box, and it stayed there for a very long time until the community built up around collecting that set. And now those boxes are like $700. But it took time for it to build up like that. And that's the way that you get like sustained value.
We couldn't keep it on our table for a day.
Right.
Toa, could you imagine a Superfractor Lion O or Optimus Prime?
Woo. Oh, don't get me all hot and bothered,
Toa.
Okay? Don't play with me now like that. Okay. Believe me, if that happened, I'd be all over it. But speaking of that, I do have a sealed box of Topps Chrome right here.
Oh, sealed. You still have some. Oh, wow.
Sealed. I do believe there is a Superfractor in here. No promises, no guarantees. But I do believe, I feel it. It feels heavier than usual. So
one per case?
Yes, somebody's gonna get this. Somebody's gonna get this. I don't know when I'm gonna give it up, but somebody's gonna get this off me at some point. Okay.
Mike, also Jeff Wilson featured your employee exclusive PMGs on his channel. I've
Oh
seen them
yeah.
before. Really cool. Yes, they
Yeah,
are
I
very
love
cool,
I
aren't
love
they?
that set. I love the 2013 employee PMG. It's my biggest investment that I have in my collection right now. And Jeff Wilson, he's my BFF. He always features my stuff, so appreciate him for sure.
Well, hopefully he hyped them enough that you're going to find a buyer soon, Dan.
I don't know. I don't even know if I would sell it, to be honest. We'll see.
No?
We'll see. I mean, I feel like those cards are so special that
Well, of course they are.
They
But
have
I'm saying you'll find
a lot of room to
special
grow.
buyer, though.
Yeah, they have a lot of room to grow for sure.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, they're beautiful cards. We got next here. Joseph Crum. Something you regret not buying at the National?
For me, there were some really cool, like original vintage Type 1 photographs of baseball teams.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I walked by the guy's table a couple times, and then I walked by again, and he sold it, and they were cheap too, like $200 for like a framed photo. And what stopped me from buying it is I just don't think I could have been able to travel with it because it was like a picture frame. But that's kind of one of the things I regret not picking up. Oh, that and the Vader's Revenge Superfractor. I feel like if I really would have twisted that dude's arm and tenderized him, I could have got that Superfractor off of him. But
really,
I feel like I've missed the opportunity on that one.
Oh man,
yeah.
Toa, when's the next whatnot, Dan? Yes.
Are
you still doing those weekly or what?
No, I haven't done it in a while. And honestly, I don't want to do it. It's just so much work. Logistically, it's hard work. And if nobody shows up in my room, I'm just sitting there like an idiot. Like I'm just like showing off my cards. There's nobody in there. There's no interaction. I feel like all my cards are worthless. It's just, it's
a lot of work.
It's embarrassing too. It really hurts my ego when I have like 5 people in my room and nobody bids on my auction for 99 cents,
Oh no.
It stings. It stings,
You can't get your curator army there every week.
I know, right? I don't know. Maybe I need to market it better. Like if everybody showed up in this chat, if they showed up, I'm sure I would do very well selling my stuff, but I just haven't figured that. Haven't figured out how to coordinate it to get a lot of people in the room and do the stream. But so yeah, I'm not like planning another one unless you guys really want me to do it. I'll do it, and I'll move a lot of my my raw cards and stuff like that for you guys. Just low end stuff. I wouldn't put any high end slabs in there because it's too risky. I'll lose money. But I do. If you guys want, I can do it. We'll see. But I have no plans as of right now, and I don't really need to be honest, because I've been selling the cards so well at the shows. Yeah. I don't really need to do the whatnot. But I can if there's enough demand for it.
Gotcha.
Maybe Merlin, you need to get on whatnot and move a lot of your stuff. I can see you though. You just freak out over like how much work. Like if you sell 50 slabs or 50 cards, you got to mail out 50 packages within 2 days. It's a lot of work.
I'm done. I've got enough on eBay.
Yeah.
Sun Stabber. How can we get more kids and regular people into the hobby? We have a lot. We just bring more into them.
Well, here's what I'd say. For kids, you got to have entry-level products where they can buy.
That's true. Yeah.
They can buy a box of cards for $10 and get like 50 cards and let them collect. You got to teach them the joy of collecting their favorite players, teams, whatever, right? So you got to have entry-level products. So you can't have all these grown-ass men, including me and Merlin, buying up retail boxes at Target and things like that and flipping them for 3-4 times as much. You just can't have that. So there has to be entry-level products for entry-level collectors, which are kids and new adults to the hobby. And then to get regular people into the hobby, you got to make cards mainstream, meaning that you got to show that they're fun to collect, they're profitable. You can make profit. They're good investment pieces, and just get more exposure. You can do that by getting like celebrities involved. You can do more publicity, like what Ken Golden does, where he shows all these record sales and things like that. And once you get people a little bit of taste, a little bit of interest in the hobby, then they can go full on, full on collecting and spend all their money and all that stuff. But you got to make it mainstream. And I think a good way to do that is to get into other properties. That's why I think pop culture is such a great niche to be in, because pop culture is has a more diverse, bigger fan base than any sports out there. Okay, I will put up the Star Wars collector fan base against any sport fan base out there, maybe except for soccer. I think soccer is very popular around the world, but everything else, I would say, like Star Wars, wrestling, TV shows, movies, things like that. That's how you can get people into collecting, and then that will kind of spread into the other niche areas. Any opinion on that, Merlin?
No, I agree. I mean, you gotta have cards that are affordable for kids instead of like $1,000 per pack cards or $100. You need the dollar packs, the $2 packs that we had when we were kids, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So kids can afford it. It's kind of weird when you see kids walking around with a $20,000 autograph of Kobe Bryant or something.
I don't like that. To be honest,
it's weird. I didn't have that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's these like 13-year-old kids walking up doing $1,000 deals with me for these cards, and they're walking around with like $20,000 in their case. It's like, I mean, good for them, great for them. It teaches a lot of valuable business lessons on how to negotiate and how to do deals and stuff like that. But that's not normal. And that, I feel like that will probably change their perspective on life when they're expected to go get a job in high school and make like, $15 an hour or something like that. Or they're expected to go get a job and make like 40, 50 grand starting out, working 40 hours a week, versus when they were flipping cards, making like $10,000 a week or whatever it is, So, I'm not too crazy about that myself, but, I do respect the hustle. And yes, I do. I think that it's very important to get kids to love collecting and buy cards for the collecting purposes versus
for pleasure,
buy cards for profit. I can still distinctly remember when I was just like a little kid. I don't even know how old I was, maybe 10, 12 years old or whatever, going to Toys R Us, going to Target and buying packs of cards, for like $1, $2, $3, opening them, putting them in my nine sheet binder and cataloging them and doing all that stuff. The joy of collecting, right? I still remember that stuff, and those feelings of carry on with me today in my collecting journey and things like that. So I think that's what's really missing today for people to experience.
So true, man. Emmanuel, when's your next show? Don't say you're going to take a break, because we know you guys can't stay away. Love the stream. We'll both probably be attending in some aspect at the Burbank Card Show. I have a table, and Dan will probably be there to say hello and taking autographs.
Yeah. So Burbank will be there, and then Dallas will be the next big show.
Yeah, we'll definitely be at the Dallas Card Show, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Cards and comics. What's up, dude? Kids want the cool cards, so we have to figure out how to get the cool cards and entry-level products without the adults buying them all. That's so true, dude. Good to hear from you. A lot of these like lower tier products, they do look cool, but we think of them as like junk because they're not valuable, but they do look cool. Like I'll use the WWE Revolution. Is that what it was called? The last box that came out. Those cards look really cool, well designed, great pictures, great inserts, all that stuff, but they're not worth that much. Yeah,
they're not worth that much, so that's why people kind of like disregard them. But that's what products like that I think are really cool, and that's a great way to kind of get kids into collecting those. But you got to make it more affordable. They can't be like $50 a box or anything like that. A lot of people don't have money to spend $50 on like 30 cards or whatever it is. We have to have like really, really entry level products that do not like, they make so much of it that the resale value is just not there for flippers. We need something like that to get these kids in and let them chase parallels and sticker autos and all that stuff, and then let them work up to higher level, the prisms and the immaculates and the flawless. Let them work up to that stuff.
Yep. Agree. Big John collector cards. Will the NASCAR TV show help NASCAR cards? What's it on? Is it on like a Netflix show? Is it they doing it the same way they did with the F1? Like, what is the show?
I'm sure. Well, I'm not into NASCAR at all. I mean, Merlin, you're from North Carolina.
I'm from NASCAR country. I'm where NASCAR was invented, North Carolina.
Right. Yep. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you like it? Do you watch it?
Man.
not really, right?
No, when I was back home when I was in film school, I worked for all those guys. I worked for Earnhardt and the Petties and everything, on commercials all the time because they were all around my neighborhood, all the NASCAR guys. It was fun. It was interesting. But, there's no – right now I think what's hurting NASCAR is that there's no personalities like those guys when I was working on the commercials back in the 90s. There isn't an Earnhardt. There aren't any Petties. There's not even a Jeff Gordon or anybody. There's no one with those type of big personalities, and they need big personalities in NASCAR if they help the NASCAR world community.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a big.
They're all kind of boring, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's still going to be a niche category, but I'm sure there's people that are going to collect that.
Jacinto, do we think cutting out the distributors help the hobby in the long term when it comes to box prices? I think we just mentioned that early on. If you weren't tuning in at the beginning of the show, Dan, what'd you say again?
Just real briefly, we did talk about that. So go back and watch the stream. We need the viewership, guys. Go back and watch the stream. Let it run on replay throughout the whole day. You guys don't even have to pay attention. Just let it run. We need the viewing hours, guys. It helps the algorithm. Anyways, for that, I would say I don't think it's gonna. I honestly don't think it's gonna help the prices at all. I think if there's any, it will help the margins for the people selling it. But I don't think it's gonna trickle down to us at all. Okay, last comment here, and then we'll wrap this up.
David Campos, I'm bringing Star Wars to Burbank. No, you're not, David. No Star Wars. You're not allowed to bring any Star Wars to Burbank at all.
David, don't compete with us,
just
man.
Star Trek. Just Star Trek.
Yeah. David, don't compete with us.
Yes.
Bring your baseball, David.
Jordan Riker, I'm letting the stream run on all 6 of my devices.
Yes.
Is that how you do it? Thank you, Jordan. Please.
Yes,
and make sure all 6 of your devices subscribe to Mer World Cards too, Jordan. Okay.
Right.
Because I need that.
Right. Okay. I'm definitely going to remember your name next time at the show, Jordan, for sure. If you keep doing that. But yes, please just let it run, guys. We need that. So with that, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Any closing thoughts?
No, we had a good.
One comment I missed here. We had a donation.
Oh, thank you, JS. Yeah. Opinion on best 21 Star Wars Galaxy cards to collect. Well, definitely the Kurosawa one, Leap of Faith, few Vader's Revenge, the regular Darth Vader,
larger than life Vader,
larger than life. We Are Bearing Gifts, the one I just sold recently too, is a popular one, which is Nathan Hamill's, Mark Hamill's son. Which I'm totally missing. A lot of the ones with Vader are popular. Also like the Yoda teaching the younglings one's one of my favorites, especially with the refractor. Looks like a good one. I also like one of the underrated ones. I love the Millennial Falcon one, which is Brian Rude's. It's definitely underrated, but I like that in the refractor. It looks really good because of the negative space on it. Definitely underappreciated.
Top 5, just in no particular order. First top 5 that pop out of my head. Kurosawa.
Yes.
The Vader Regrets.
Okay. Yes, I just saw one of those recently.
Larger than life. Vader Larger Than Life, because that's a Jack Kirby card.
Leap of Faith.
Okay.
Got to include it.
I would not put Leap of Faith in there.
Oh, come on. I'm going to, what?
Okay, I would not put it in there, but
no,
I would
you got to
my top 5. My top 5 here, okay?
You're crazy.
I got those 3.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't mess with my train of thought here. I had 5 at the top of my head. So I'm going to say those ones. And then I will say
David, come on, tell him
the Dark Presence, the Vader, Luke Skywalker Dark Presence, and then one that I just sold that I kind of regret, Endor Chase. all green, beautiful card.
Yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts about the Millennium Falcon one.
Yeah.
Same reason.
And I do happen to have my Vader larger than life Superfractor here. Let's check that out. Okay.
I just sold
Very
my Atomic PSA 10 one of that one just yesterday.
Very nice. And I have my other Superfractor Dark Presence. So that's why I picked
there
these
it
ones.
is. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Thank you for that donation too, JS.
Anything David else? Said Karloff Connection. He likes that one.
That's
another
there's so many.
one.
There's 100 cards in the set, and I probably love like 80 of those cards. So there's just so many. That's why the Galaxy set stands on its own above all the other sets out there, just because they have so many great cards in that set.
Yeah. So subjective.
Yes. Okay. Anything else before we wrap
That's it, man. Let's see. I'm working on Dan just sent, or Brian just sent me the last files, so we'll have a break-even club probably here in the next day or two. So make sure to be on the lookout for it for the national convention. That's me, Dan, and Sunday League Investor.
It's gonna be a good one, guys.
Pretty soon, so it'll be a really good one.
Usually the break-even episodes are us just complaining because
bitching.
we got our ass kicked at the show, but this is gonna be a happy one, guys.
Finally, we're happy. Finally, we broke even.
Yes.
Or more.
Yes. So, okay, with that, let's wrap it up. But I'll just say this, guys, please, we are trying to get Merlin to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to say this every week. So if you want me to shut up, you need to subscribe to his channel. Poor man has been doing this for like a year now, and he doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So we need to get this man to 1,000.
Yeah,
so
I was going to show you the giveaways today, but I ended up getting my surgery bumped to today, so I didn't have time to do it. So we'll do it next week, okay?
Believe me, guys. Believe me, that neck pain that he's been complaining about for the last couple months, that will go away when he gets 1,000 subscribers. It's a gimmick, guys. It's a gimmick. He's working a gimmick right now. So please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please share on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Just make some fake accounts. Just get this guy to 1,000 so I don't have to say this anymore. And also follow me if you don't follow me already. Appreciate all the support that you guys give us. Anything else you want to add? What is that? You pointing to?
I'm just pointing. I'm trying to point your name, but I can't do it.
This,
yeah,
right?
Trying to show great curator. Yes, thank you, great curator.
Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and we will chat with you guys next week. Thank you guys so much.
All right, see y'all next week, next Tuesday. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.